You know, before YouTube fucked it all up, I had the greatest job in the world, opening for Hypnocast every night.
But then we got the call, and YouTube hammered us for Moxie's tits.
So now I'm jobless and broke with nowhere to go.
Your phone ringing.
Oh,
Your
the phone
ringing.
is ringing.
Big boy, come pick up your phone. How you know pick up your phone? Your phone.
Hello, this is the Gopher. Who is it?
Hello, Gopher. The time is now. Hypnocast Season 3 is here, and we want you back.
Holy shit, boys, we are back in business. That son of a bitch is gonna scream any minute now. Let the show begin.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Probably all agree you can't cut 12-year-old Timmy's cock off.
Yeah. I like how you said cut for like half a second.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's cut and cock, and it came out cuck, and yeah, that's. Whoops! Oh fuck! Oh no! Mistakes were made.
He's been waiting in the shadows patiently.
I just smashed JT the fuck out of this.
Your face is turning red.
Yeah, because I know that the next SNH I'm gonna be fucked.
Oh yeah.
But at least I
With a
won't be
horse
fucked.
cock.
That's an unknown part of the map, so I didn't see it yet. Could I survive if I jump? Nope. Nope. Nope.
America, the greatest country in the world?
No.
If you were offered a one-way ticket to leave the country, never come back, but it's all expenses paid, would you accept that offer?
I don't think that I would leave. I wouldn't leave either.
Wow.
Oh, I just it's okay. I did that. I took him with me. Oh shit.
Yo.
It's always the black people holding everybody else down.
Time out. All right. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Tired of this shit. This communist ass game, whatever. This doesn't want
Somebody
me to play.
else got it. You didn't get in.
Yeah, it's just a lot of racism today. All right. Y'all have fun. I'll just continue to watch and cope and see.
Sounds good.
And
Alright,
look at this
kid.
motherfucker pretending he's gonna watch more Stranger Things.
Yeah, you know he's gonna watch Stranger Things all day. Either that or like some game or something.
Doesn't mean I don't have my phone next to me. You know?
watching porn.
That's tomorrow. Okay, bye.
MILF Hunters Part 14.
Now, Hypno, I could have hit you with a shuriken. I opted not to because I'm a good friend.
That's fucked up, you liar. You're a liar. You're an absolute liar. You're a liar. I knew it. Never trust white people.
Thank you, and I would have done it. You could have said thank you, but you said like, yeah,
Because I knew you were gonna do it. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right, man. Welcome everybody to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right. We are live, boys. We are live. We are live. We are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do any of that, you got to bring it in close, boys. You got to bring it in close. Come on. What are we waiting for? Why are you taking so long? You should not be taking this long. Come on. Let's go. Hypno was a backup dancer in the musical Cats. Well, who the fuck made that up? That's new lore that I never. When the fuck was that? When was that confirmed? That's some bullshit, man. Anyway, bring it in here. Let's go. Come on. They're already trying to run away. If they're already trying to run away, every single one of them are trying to run away right now. Look at that, man. It's unbelievable. It's actually disgusting. How dare you? How dare you try to run away from this hug right now? What is wrong with you? You should not be doing that. Go grab them, bring them in here, and listen very closely. If you are watching over on YouTube, like the stream. Now, like it. Don't be gay. If you're watching over on Rumble, like the stream. If you are watching over on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else right now, that is impossible because you're gay. So like the stream. Like the stream. Guys, can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, man? What are we checking today, guys? We got a lot we got to talk about, man. We got some good stuff that we are going to be covering today, which is mainly the ultimate felting of Epic Games themselves. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Epic Games is admitting that they are majorly broke, or at least that's what they want to convince you anyway. Again, I don't believe that. I just think they're going for the sympathy card, and at the end of the day, they're just spending too much money. But hey, it's still good to talk about. We're going to talk about Epic Games because it's an interesting situation going on right now. But what else are we checking, man? What are we checking? Epic Games is fucked? Yeah, absolutely. Almost my birthday check. Hey, Dylan B. Dylan B, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Crunchyroll messed up again. What, did they get hacked again or something? Like, what the fuck happened with Crunchyroll? Why are they getting felted so much? What's going on over here? I know they got hacked the first time, but is it worse? Is it worse than it was before? I don't know. I'm curious. What else, man? What else we checking? Watching from Mixer? White-tailed kite check. Spring theme sale got me again check. It got all of us. It got every single one of us, boy. Every single one of us, man. It's terrible. Terrible. What else? The Fortnite muffins cometh check. Neo 1 still rocks check. I agree. My mother's birthday's in 2 days check. Nice, Adair Soto. Happy early birthday to his mom. That's awesome. Hypnotic is enjoying Epic Games' downfall. Yeah, I mean, I would say so. Tim Sweetie's crying in the corner check. Absolutely. Here check. Yes, very good. Trying to platinum Hollow Knight check. Oh, good luck with that. Terminal montage Sonic X Mega Man crossovers. Nice. Gotta love that. Choppy can't fly. Definitely can't. But apparently they can land, which, I mean, whatever. Empanadas check. Yes, absolutely. All right, boys. ESG scores are at their maximum. We are indeed fully funded. Let's like the stream, man. Come on. Like the stream. First day back from vacation check. Oh, that's the worst. Isn't it the worst when you go like when you have a long vacation? When you have a long vacation and you have to go back to work, and that first day you go back, you're like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Like don't get me wrong, you're super refreshed, you have all the energy to go back, but then just the misery takes over. You're like, do I really have to be here? Anyway, let's do the Bigot Army roll call, man. Who's hanging out with us on this glorious Tuesday evening, ladies and gentlemen? It's a beautiful Tuesday evening, man. It really is. Shout out to you guys. Let's see who's hanging out with us, man. We got Yamato85. Says RIP to his OnlyFans account. That's unfortunate. Man. I know a lot of people were subscribed to your OnlyFans, but maybe you'll bounce back. Man. Not literally. Don't bounce it back literally, okay? That's gay. Backbone. What's up, Backbone? How you doing, man? Well, we need to stop talking about Gabe all the damn time. Do we talk about Gabe a lot? I don't know. We got the Gaming Wolf 87. We got Dylan B. We got Aloof Liberty. We got Sleeping Nova. We got Elemental Anguish. We got Hanny. Denarier over on Rumble. Raza over on Rumble. Creepier 07. Mr. Melancholy. Dositsu over on Rumble. Setsuda Shadow. Charlie Nuclear. Blue Octopussy. We got Black Tailgate. We got Vlad the Dragon. We got Mr. Blue Cthulhu. We got Hanny. Crash Collins over on Rumble. We got Sanigan. We got Tuco Curry. We got Super Giga Chad. I stopped playing Crimson Desert to watch this stream. Bro, fucking based, my guy. Based. Good job, Super Giga Chud. Very good job. That's based, man. Very, very based. Very based. Who else is here? We got Felstaff. We got Dalbro. We got Sonia Lisette. We got The Voice in the Water. We got Monkey Man 04. We got Soul Reaper. Sleeping Nova. We got Commander Sonoc. Pizza Cat. We got Oliver Adam. Ron DFK. Everybody touch the hat. Touch the fucking hat. We got Charlie Nuclear. We got Dark Dimos. He says he is here. Dark Dimos is here. All right, 4 more people. Then we got to get on with the show, boys. 4 more people. Let's go. Marius. What's going on, Marius? We got Bugsy. We got, who else is here? Alucard. We got Magni32. We got ESP Reviews. Melody Johnson. We got Olden Fox. What's going on, man? Gonna listen to Epic Failing while playing Fortnite. That's good. That's good. Matthew saying, hello, please. The Internet Peasants. What's going on, dude? Old Man Cad. And last but not least, we got Gudadamas. We got Timothy. We got a Kickin' Danitz. We got, who else is here? Let me scroll down. Matthew Watson. Genetic Spore and Rumble. Wolfrune. Limitless Andre. And we got Panthera saying he's not here yet. Can't call him out. He is not sure. He's not sure. And we got Joey. We got Dade 404. And we got Torinol. And Obi Dean. And King Demon Wing. All right, boys, listen. I called out as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member. And let's see who is going to get this Tuesday money shot, boys. Come on. Who's going to get the final call out? The final call out money shot. Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? Come on. Let's find out, man. It's a decent one. It's Tuesday. It's not Monday. It's Tuesday. Decent. It's decent. The Voice of the Water says no Starfleet Academy, which, by the way, they're melting down over that. They're literally melting down over Starfleet Academy. And you know what's hilarious is that they keep coming up with the same excuse. They're like, it's because of the chuds as to why the show got canceled. And I'm like, bro, seriously? Do you really want to give the chuds that much power? You want to give the chuds that much power? You want to say that they have that much influence over basically everybody? Like, where's the audience, bro? Where's the audience? Where's the audience? No Starfleet Academy, no Uno Reverse. Booty hole protected by emojis to go down by 4. Chuck Norris once went swimming in the gasoline once. The gas was then put into a bunch of cars, trucks, and vans. This is the origin of the Autobots. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Holy shit.
You know, at this point, I'm really starting to believe you guys just want the money shot, man. I'm starting to believe that you're not trying to deny it anymore. And at this point, we're just going to have to change it up. We're going to have to change it up. We're going to have to turn it into like a pee shot, poop shot, something nasty, bro. Something nasty, because I need you guys fighting. I need you guys fighting out here to avoid it, man. You guys are out here just open arms, open mouth, open. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. What are we doing? Congratulations, Creeper07. And what makes it worse, it's the cat. It's the fucking cat with the wide open mouth. It makes it so much worse. So much worse. So much worse. What are we doing? You are the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
It's crazy, boys. It's absolutely insane. Like the stream. All right, boys. Listen, man, we got a lot we got to talk about today. Here's what we got planned. Obviously, like I told you guys, we're going to be talking about Epic Games. Guys, they fired thousands of people. Thousands, ladies and gentlemen. The feltoning of Epic Games is upon us. You know what's amazing? Lord Gaben has taught us that you, in order to win your battles, just have to literally do nothing. And your enemies will destroy themselves trying to take you down. For as long as your product speaks for itself, normally that's enough to keep yourself going. And lo and behold, that's exactly what's happening. Epic Games thought that they can whore themselves out. They can cut the developer revenue split to 15% instead of 30%. And then on top of that, they thought they could give away free games and entice people to join their platform, which they did. They did entice people to join their platform, but what they didn't realize that by joining their platform, it didn't mean that they were actually going to spend money on their platform. They had a whole bunch of people join to take advantage of the free games they were giving away, but then they never actually spent money on their store. Not to mention all this other money that they've been wasting. It's a beautiful thing, guys. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to go over Epic Games and the absolute destruction that is happening before our eyes, as Tim Sweeney has realized that all these strategies that they've come up with, all the shit talking that he's done on Steam, all the lawsuits that he has probably funded himself against Steam, everything has been for nothing. Because all Steam had to do was nothing in order to win. It's a beautiful thing. We're going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about some closures. We got some Sony closures. Sony's just closing studios left and right. It's actually fucking insane. Sony has been closing so many studios. We talked about Blue Point being shut down the other week. And now apparently they're shutting down another premiere studio for Sony. So we're going to talk about that because I find it to be very interesting. We got Sora going away because OpenAI has discontinued Sora because Disney has apparently pulled out of their $1 billion investment with Sora. So we're going to talk about that. We got something a little bit different to talk about there. We got Marathon getting absolutely pooped on. Ladies and gentlemen, Marathon has been pooped on. You want to know why? Because, well, you had all the fanboys that were coping about Marathon saying that the game sold over 2 million units. At least that was the estimations. They swore that everybody was playing on PlayStation, and that's why the Steam numbers were low. All right, that's what they were telling. They were telling everybody that's why. It's because everybody's playing on PlayStation. Marathon and Bungie is the home. Like PlayStation is the home for this game. Turns out none of that was true. Turns out 2 million sales. Yeah, that's not happening. If you believe the analytics that we're about to go over. Turns out PlayStation, yeah, it only makes up about 15% of the total player base. Can you imagine that? 70% of the player base for Marathon is in PC. Wow, shocker. Shocker. Right? So we're going to talk about that because, man, they are not taking the news well. They are not happy with that news whatsoever. We got Fortnite also officially shutting down 3 game modes within the game itself. We're going to talk about it. And, yeah, whatever other fast topics. Oh, Crimson Desert. We're going to talk about Crimson Desert because we got some sales numbers to go over with Crimson Desert. We got some reviews that are starting to get much better, apparently, especially after the last patch. We got a lot we got to talk about when it comes to Crimson Desert as well. So before we get into any of that, boys, we got to go over the pre-stream legends. We have to thank the people that always take the extra step to ensure that we try to hit our goals to the best of our ability. And right now, if we get lucky today, we are trying to get to 604 tier 1s in a row and 287 tier 2s in a row. Guys, we are 14 tier 2s away from 300. That's crazy. You guys are absolutely insane with your support. I appreciate it. Starting us off with a kick it Danitz. Gifting that membership, man. Shout out to a kick it Danitz. I appreciate that. And then we got King Demon Wing. throwing in the 5 membership banger, which you already know makes the entire chat scream. Shout out to King Demon Wing for the 5 membership banger. And considering that's the first one of the stream, you already know what that means. Fucking right. King Demon Wing with the 5 memberships, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you starting us off strong with the kicking dadits. And then we got Mr. Melancholy with a 2. Says, shouldn't have started a one-sided war with Steam, Timmy boy. I agree. 100%. Then we got King Demon Wing with a 5. Chuck Norris recently had the idea to sell his pee as a canned beverage. It's now called Red Bull. That's crazy.
Holy shit.
That's insane. Guys, honestly, I cannot wait. I cannot wait that we are able to have our new AI TTS. I installed and did the new AI TTS over on Grifcast today, and needless to say, people had quite an interesting time with it. I think it's going to be a banger when we bring it over to Hypnocast. It's just going to take a little bit extra work in order to bring it over here. But I can't wait to bring it over here. It's going to be hilarious. The Internet Peasant says, I originally came because of a great video. I had no idea your streams were so unhinged. Fair.
Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one.
Fair. That's fair. Just wait till we add the AI TTS. It's going to be way more unhinged. It's going to be really bad. Just flat out. It's going to be really bad. You have no idea. But thank you. And then we got Robin 10 with a 2. Still coping, bro. Still coping. Hey, it is what it is, man. And then Robin 10 gifted 5 memberships, which made the entire chat scream. Shout out to Robin 10 continuing the membership train. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's legendary. Speaking of legendary, guys, holy shit, do you see this, man? Do you see this guy? Dart Dimos with the 99 Red Boy Hype.
It's a Red Boy Hyper Banger, bitches! Let's bring the ladies in!
That's right. That's right, boys. Dart Dimos with a 99.99 says, "Give me them gingers." What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. He just had to kill it right at the end. He just had to kill it, like right at the end. You were on such a roll. You were on such a roll, man. Such a roll, and then you just killed it. You killed it right at the end. Thank you, Dart Dimos. I appreciate that, man. Fucking legendary, dude. China. What if I says hi from the pre-ejaculators conference? I didn't have a thing to wear, so I just came in my pants. What a follow-up. What a follow-up to Dart Dimos. That is just, wow. Speedy Cake with a 10. I would have bought a Crimson Desert last night, but they went back to full price last night of 105 or 130 with the DLC from 70 to 90. It was during sale. Was it? Am I being fucked with right now? I don't remember that. Thank you, Speedy Cake. Vet Gamer with a 5. I was pretty critical of Crimson Desert at first, but stuck with it. Glad I did. It's fun. Yeah, the game's fucking awesome, dude. It is so good. So good. And you know what? I'm okay with people that are checking out of it. Just more for me, man. Vet Gamer with a 5. AI co-host on your gaming streams. It's fun. It's not a co-host. You'll see. We're going to bring it over here. You'll see. Ron DFK with a 2. What's the name of the dude who digs graves? Doug. Oh, I hate you. That was bad. That was a bad one. The pain. The pain, Ron. At least you got a nice hat. At least you got a nice hat. Y2K Cowboy over on Rumble gifting a membership. Thank you, Y2K Cowboy. Appreciate that, man. And then we got, who else is here? Let me see. Let me scroll down over on Rumble. What do we got? Rumble. Y2K Cowboy doing it again with 1 membership. Thank you. I appreciate that. DJ Conic with $1, a strip $1 for you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And is that it? I think that's it. Yep, that's it. All right, cool. We are fully caught up, boys. Shout out to you guys. I'm going to check gifted games really quick, and then we're going to get into the content, ladies and gentlemen, because, again, we got a little bit to talk about today, so it's going to be fun. Shout out to Mr. Rouge. He let me know about this during Griffcast, and I told him I was going to look into it on Hypnocast, but he was nice enough to gift me a black screen. No, I'm just kidding. I fucked that up. He was nice enough to gift me to the channel. What the fuck is it? There we go. Echoes of Ankrat. Shout out to Mr. Rouge for gifting the deluxe edition of this game, which is absolutely insane. I appreciate that, my man. Very, 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 very nice of you. Very nice of you. I will definitely be looking forward to playing this game, without a doubt. And it's because of you, my man. I appreciate that. Shout out to Mr. Rouge. Everybody throw up some Mr. Rouge emojis in the chat right now. Everywhere. On YouTube and on Rumble. We have them everywhere. Throw up the Mr. Rouge emojis. Yes, according to Sonia, a legend among men. Yes, I agree. I agree. Mr. Rouge is a legend among men. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that. I will gladly accept this because you're a fucking legend. Thank you, sir. All right. We are ready to go. Okay, let's get into it, boys. Thank you so much again. Like I said, we're trying to get to 604 tier 1s in a row and 287 tier 2s in a row. So let's do our best to forget the rest. Number 1, we are going to start off with some good news regarding Crimson Desert. That's right, boys. We're going to start off with Crimson Desert news, guys. No matter how much they try to stop it, well, it's just very difficult to stop something that organically is liked by so many people. That's the difference between a game like this and a game like, well, High Guard that gets, artificially inflated and then ends up going nowhere. But Crimson Desert, the reviews are getting better. They recovered from mixed to overall, I believe, positive. Not only that, they announced the other day that they reached 2 million sales. Now that they announced they reached 3 million sales, and they did this 5 days after launching the game. And they're promising that more fixes are going to go along with whatever they just fixed in the recent patch. Now, I've had more time with this recent patch, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that it fixes a lot of the bullshit that was in the game. There's some things that absolutely still need to be fixed. So it's not like It's not all fucking roses, and butterflies and shit. But they definitely fixed a lot of the good stuff. One of the number one things they added was obviously the storage system, which again, like I said yesterday, I don't understand why they didn't have that in the game. That's kind of stupid, but they did add it very quickly. So now you have that. They also added little quality of life stuff, like your horse runs to you when you summon it. Instead of it just spawning randomly in whatever location you got to go run to it, it runs to you. Little things like that. They really made a big difference. They also made the I don't know what they did with the interaction button, but the interaction button not only does it react faster, but it also is usable faster. I noticed that, like the X button on the controller, when you're trying to loot stuff or when you're trying to activate stuff or whatever, it just seems faster. So that's good. It's still a little bit clunky in a way with certain things, but overall, it definitely works. It works better. So they're going in the right direction, and they're making this awesome sandbox even more awesome. So hopefully they continue down that path, and it's going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a good time. But 3 million copies sold is fantastic. And if you go over to Steam DB right now, the numbers are holding extremely strong. No matter how much, they're trying to, say everybody's refunding the game. The game's dying, but like it's almost at 200,000, bro. 200,000 in a 24-hour peak, 197,222 with 158,000 people playing the game right now, which is fantastic. So again, great time with this game. If you haven't been watching our streams, make sure to come hang out with us and watch our streams, because I think we've been having an awesome time. And the haters are not happy about it. Let's just put it like that. The amount of people that are on Twitter, they're like, why do you guys like this game? This game is so gay. It's so gay. It's like, whatever, bro. It is what it is. No, people are allowed to have their opinion. I don't care. It's all good. Like I told you guys, if people hate a game that I like, you know what I do with that information? I take the information, I put it in a little box, right? That's in the back of my head, and then I go play the game. Will there be a gaming stream tonight? I'm not sure, Sonia. I gotta be honest with you. I'm fucking wasted. So I don't know if there is gonna be a gaming stream tonight. If there is, I will definitely figure that out before we end the stream. TTS is gonna be lit during Hypnocast, bro. TTS is gonna be crazy, Peaches. It's gonna be crazy. Like I have, you know what? I might be able to show you guys. Hold on. I might be able to give you guys a little sneak peek. So everybody who on Griffcast already had the sneak peek. Oh, let me see something real quick. So I am going to be doing a AI powered TTS system for Hypnocast. It's gonna take a little time, but I'm gonna do it. And basically, what that's gonna allow you to do is gonna allow you to customize your super chats in ways that it's just so ridiculous. So for example, you'll be able to have your super chats read in like over 50 different voices. Check this out. Here, I'll give you a sneak peek. So look at this. Watch this. Right? So look at all the voices you're gonna have, bro. Look, it's just crazy. So if you want to be Alan Wake,
he had a wall full of masks so she could wear a different face every day.
Your super chat could be read as Alan Wake. If you want your super chat read as, let's see, Geralt of Rivia.
The light in my life is actually a fire burning all around me.
You have that. If you want to read it as Hassan.
I love to chill in my $3 million mansion.
That's funny. Kratos.
I can't respect anybody who can't tell the difference between Pepsi and Coke.
That's going to be crazy. Optimus Prime.
100 years old is such a young age if you happen to be a bristlecone pine.
Moist Critical. Oh man, I have not heard this one. Moist Critical. I want to hear this. Hold on.
As he waited for the shower to warm, he noticed that he could hear water change temperature.
Bro, that actually does sound like him. That sounds like him. Holy shit. If you want to troll me with jingle bells like Blue Octopus did, there's this.
Dashing through the snow on the warm horse open sleigh, over the fields we go, laughing all the way.
Yo, there's Mike Tyson? No way. I didn't know that. Hold on.
People say to me that being a Barbie girl in a Barbie world is impossible, but I don't care.
Yo, that is awesome. Apparently you can add custom voices. I don't know how to do that yet. Once I figure that out, I'm gonna add Sonia because I know Sonia wants to go in there, and maybe I'll add myself. We'll see. We'll see. You got Obama.
My fellow Americans, we have found life on a new planet, and we will be moving to that planet.
You got Sonic.
The lyrics of the song sounded like fingernails on a chalkboard.
That did not sound like Sonic. That's a weird one. You got SpongeBob.
I'm going to the park with Patrick and Squidward and Sandy.
You got Squidward.
SpongeBob, could you please shut up? I'm trying to play the clarinet.
And of course, because you have to, you got Donald Trump. What the fuck is Trump at, man? Where is Trump? Right here.
My name is Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Getting super chats as Donald Trump is legitimately insane. I'm not going to lie to you. You got Peter Griffin, too.
When you poop in your dreams, you poop for real.
That is hilarious, bro. That is hilarious. I can't wait. So anyway, we're going to be adding that. And also, not only are you going to be able to do super chats, this is where it's going to get ridiculous, okay? This is where I cannot trust you guys, but I guess I'm going to have to. Not only can you do super chats in whatever voice you want, but you could also do super chats with sound effects attached to this, okay? You could do sound effects attached to your super chat. So if you want to say something like Blue Octopus did this, Peaches and Cream did this. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
Oh man, it's gonna be bad. The amount of shit that you can. I mean, look at this. Look at this, bro. People are going to be retarded. Oh my god, boys. Oh my god. This is not going to be good. So, wait, what's this?
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Daddy, chill.
Oh my god. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. Regardless, I think you guys are going to have a good time. So again, I'm working on it. I'm working on it to bring it to the show. It'll also allow me to, what do you call it? Be able to just have all the super chats read so that I don't have to keep up with all the super chats reading them because it gets a little ridiculous, and you could just have it go throughout the show, which is good. There is Uwu. Yes, there is Uwu. So when we hit tier 2, hold on. Where is it? Let me show you. When we hit tier 2, where is it at? Yeah. Yeah, that means instead of spamming Uwu in the chat, somebody can actually super chat Uwu. It's just going to be crazy.
Looks like someone's mad.
Stop the cap.
Yo, this is actually great. This is actually great. That sounded like Savvy? Yeah, I'm not surprised. So it should be fun. It's gonna be fun, man. The possibilities are endless. Yes, Raza. The possibilities are endless. So it'll be a good time. It'll make your super chats even more hilarious, even more fun. And yeah, it'll be good. We need a Gopher Scream. I do want to add a Gopher Scream. I do want to add a Gopher Scream for sure. For sure. Surely chat will keep these messages clean for YouTube. It actually has a pre-built-in censorship thing to stop, a lot of the bad stuff from going through, so it'll be fine. And if anything, I have a button where I could just beat it immediately or like skip it. So it's fine. They need the Wilhelm scream. Oh no, bro, they do have the Wilhelm scream. They do. They do. They do have it. They do have it. Smoke alarm. Oh, they don't have that. I don't think they have the smoke alarm thing. No, they don't have that. But they do have the Wilhelm scream. That's actually kind of funny. Anyway, so yeah, look forward to that. Right now, it's live over on Griffcast, and we were using that earlier today, and needless to say, people were having a good time with it, so that's good. And yeah, I'll bring it over to this channel. It's just going to take a little bit longer because again, I have to transfer the show to OBS in order to do that, which again is something that takes a little while. So, all right, let's continue. We had a couple of more super chats come in the meantime. We got where are we at? Where are we at? We got Lockwire with a 2. Ask, oh no, it's Alex. How? He has some good ones. I definitely have to message him. I'll ask him for sure. James Zob with a 5. Hito, be careful. I don't know how they are covering their asses, but voices could get you copyright strikes. Do not use actors' voices. What actors' voices? Like, well, what actors? Well, you got to tell me like what actors, what specific actors. There's Soto with a 10. Crimson Desert made 3 million copies sold in 5 days, and Expedition 33 made their soul. Was it 15 days or was it more? I forgot. It shows how many people want single player games. Well, again, so think about this, right? The amount of people in the industry that swear that multiplayer is the way to go. That's what people want. Nobody wants single player games. The reason why they do that is because they're focusing more on consistent players and they're not focusing on copies sold. When you look at copies sold, single player games dominate almost always, right? With the occasional, super popular live service video game that could do sales equivalent to a single player game. Otherwise, it's mostly single player games that are dominating. But the difference is that multiplayer live service video games have the higher concurrent player count normally, right? At least more consistently. A single player game will start off with a higher concurrent player count, but then it tapers off once people beat the game. With a live service game, you don't have that option. It consistently, it'll stay consistent relatively for the most part unless the game is dying. So what they do is they look at these games that have really high concurrent player counts, like your Fortnites or even your Helldivers, and they're like, well, we could do this with every game. And that's not going to happen. You can't do that with every single live service game. There's not enough players that are going around playing live service games to support all these different live service games. And if one of them ends up actually succeeding, it's because another game, players have left that game to go to that game, which ends up killing the other game. So I don't know, man. They do their best to stay away from single player games. They really do. And it's kind of annoying. But we've talked about that many times before. James Zob with a 2. Any actors, their voices are copywritten. Do you have any examples of people getting struck for using these voices? Charitard with a 2. Did you see Alan Richardson beat up his neighbor? I did. I also saw the reason why it happened. True Aztec Warrior with $1. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Stripper dollar. You love to see it. Yeah, they want consistent revenue. Exactly. It's so crazy how the single player games can give them the same level of consistent revenue throughout multiple like sales, discounts, and all that stuff. These games that sell 20 million copies, 10 million copies, 15 million copies, they do that over time. That's your consistent revenue, but it's not enough. They need live service, whale-funded revenue. That's what they want. They want all of that. Multiplayer games have better profit margins. Yeah, of course. It also costs less to make them. Usually, right? Every now and then you're going to have, this crazy expensive live service video game. But no, for the most part, it definitely is cheaper. Then we got Secret Final Boss with a stripper dollar. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's get out of that. I just wanted to show you guys TTS so that you guys know what's on the way to the channel. It's going to take a little bit to do it, but we're going to make it happen, boys. All right, let's talk about... Hold on, where is that? Let's talk about PlayStation. So PlayStation just ended up killing another studio, okay? Another first-party studio. Laying off, I believe, about 50 more developers. Adair with a 2 says, does it have an Obi-Wan feature? Says hello there. So you can do an Obi-Wan voice, yes. You can. With the TTS, you can do Obi-Wan, 100%. Let's check this out. So PlayStation has closed another studio. Now, we talked about Blue Point being closed about, like a week and a half ago, something like that. Blue Point was closed. The people that were behind, actually, maybe a little longer than that. They were the ones that were behind the Demon's Souls remake. And now PlayStation has reportedly closed another first-party studio just weeks after that, killing Black Ops Veterans AAA project and laying off 50 developers. And apparently, PlayStation is also scaling back on mobile development. So I find this all to be very interesting. And the reason why I find it interesting is because we are seeing all these major studios that, for all intents and purposes, do make money. PlayStation makes money, right? Sony makes money. Some of their games have been flops, absolutely. And some of their games have been canceled before they even came, out, obviously. But I find it interesting that all these studios, all these companies that claim to be highly successful and are showing record profits. Some of them are showing record profits. They're still firing an insane amount of people and closing studios. And Sony has been closing a lot of studios. The only one that's closing more studios than Sony is Ubisoft. Ubisoft is closing more studios. And it's because what they need to do is they have to show that kind of they have to show it on their books, that kind of salary differential. They have to remove those salaries to make the numbers look better at the end of the year or for their books or whatever the case. They have to do it. And normally, most people would try to do it by putting a better product, but this is typical corporate shit. So let's talk about it. PlayStation is reportedly, because that's not gay. I'm just going to read this first paragraph and then I'm clicking off this website. PlayStation has reportedly closed Dark Outlaw Games, which is a first-party studio led by Call of Duty Black Ops veteran Jason Blundell. The studio had been working on a new AAA IP since 2025. The closure is said to be part of a wider layoff at the company, some of which also affects mobile development. PlayStation is closing Dark Outlaw Games, a studio formed last year by former Call of Duty lead Jason Blundell, according to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier. Schreier adds that PlayStation is also making other cuts, including in mobile development, and has laid off about 50 people, which is interesting. So I think, listen, I think that there are certain studios that are currently under PlayStation's wing that were probably initially funded at the idea of either producing some major live service video game. And with recent failures that Sony has experienced with Concord and other video games, I'm honestly surprised they didn't cancel Horizon Hunter Gatherers. I really am. I maybe it's because Horizon is, one of their flagship IPs, so maybe that's why they haven't. But for fuck's sakes, you have to know that game is going to flop, right? Like you just looking at that game, you have to know that game is going to absolutely fucking tank. But they haven't canceled that game. I think what they're doing is they are subsidizing the live service video games they do want with the live service video games that they no longer want, right? So if this studio was working on a AAA IP, I would almost guarantee it was probably a live service game, considering how PlayStation has been going over the last couple of years. I don't know that for certain, but I gotta imagine it was probably a live service game to some capacity. They probably decided to sacrifice these studios to save themselves the money that they need to produce these other live service video games that they actually want to produce. At least that's in my mind anyway. I don't know for certain whether that's true or not. I'm just guessing at this point based off what I see. And I got to be honest with you, man, that shit is questionable. It's questionable because I'm looking at the products that they're putting out or deciding to keep and put out. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you can't tell me that this was your best bet. You can't tell me that this was like Horizon Hunter Gatherers. You can't tell me that that's the one that you guys, all you fucking executives that make millions of dollars a year, and you're sitting at the fucking at the table, right? You're sitting at the table. You're having your fucking Starbucks or whatever the fuck, caviar, whatever shit you guys do on a daily basis. You can't tell me when you sat at that table that all of you agreed that Horizon Hunter Gatherers was the game. You can't tell me that, bro. You can't sit there and say, yup, that's the game. That's the one people are going to fucking run over to us in droves and play. You can't tell me that, man. I don't believe you. I do not. There's no fucking way, bro. Now, granted, some of you might have. Some of you definitely might have, especially the liberal women in there. But you can't tell me that was your best bet. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like, Helldivers 2, I could see that being a good bet. I could see that, like, having a conversation at the table, be like, yup, I think this game's going to do really well. I can see that. But Horizon Hunter Gatherers, you give them too much credit, Hypno. They think video games are toys. Yeah, I guess. But again, at the end of the day, man, they're only going to be able to fuck around with money so long. before somebody steps in. You know? Mr. Rouge says most people seem to have missed it, but the latest Steam update now has the option to finally have a 64-bit client. Enable experimental Steam RT3 under the interface tab. Need to be on beta client. Oh shit, that's awesome. We have aged out. We are not the target audience anymore. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that in the slightest. You want to know why? Because it's very clear that this old audience, right? This aged out audience that we are apparently part of, we buy games, right? Here's the truth, man. We got access to adult money. That's just what it is. We got access to adult money. So even though we might not be the target audience anymore, at the end of the day, we're the audience that actually buys shit. You know, we're the audience that is going out there and making sure that video games like Stellar Blade are successful. Video games like Crimson Desert are successful. You know, I don't, even though we may be aged out, we still are the ones that have the money. And you know what else too? Even if they are going for a younger audience, guess what, man? Those kids, they don't got the money. Who has the money? Their parents, right? So if you guys have kids and your kids play video games, well, guess what? You know what I mean? So I kind of understand where you're coming from with the whole aged out thing. I get that. But I also think that that's just not true. You know, I don't think that's true at all. I think that we absolutely are still the primary audience. You know, talk to me when we're like 80 years old. I'll still be playing video games if I'm alive, but still. I think that we are absolutely still the target audience, or the audience that should be targeted for the most part. And here's the thing, too. Like, where they went wrong is the same place that Hollywood went wrong, which is they decided that in order to chase a new audience, they had to abandon their previous audience. That's fucking retarded, right? You should not be abandoning your previous audience in order to chase a new audience. If you want to try to get a new audience, you can add things little by little to your existing franchises in the hopes to try to get new people to join, but at least keep the core of the experience the same. So that way you don't abandon the people who currently enjoy whatever it is that you put out. The problem is that they were not doing that. They were not being subtle about it. They were not doing it in small amounts. They were going all the way through with it. They were just like, yep. Nah, we're going a full 180, right? This character that used to be white, nah, he's black now. This character used to be straight, nope, he takes it in the ass now. And we're going to make sure you know about it. And we're going to make sure you hear about it nonstop about how gay this guy is. It's like they completely said, fuck the previous audience. We're just going all the way through. You got to do things subtly, man. You can't just be going crazy like that right off the bat. But the problem is these people don't like subtlety, because subtlety means that they know that something is wrong with their particular ideology, that it needs a slow and informed, like it needs a slow, methodical approach, and they just don't have it in them. They have to put it out there. They're so desperate to be validated. They have to put it out there quickly. They can't find their modern audience. No, they can't. They can't. So by abandoning the audience that they had built in, that's why these IPs are failing. You know, that's why a lot of them are failing. Now, some of them do succeed, and usually those are the ones that are a little more subtle about it. But overall, it's just not good. We got James up with a $20 banger. Says celebrities own the commercial rights to their voice. Using an AI clone of their voice to read super chats, even for funny or neutral messages, counts as unauthorized commercial use and can get you sued. It's illegal. All right, well, we'll need to know which ones, because I'd be very curious, for sure. Be very curious. Besides, I think it's more likely that the company would get sued. The TTS would get sued, not the person utilizing the TTS. Adair Soto with a 5, just like the perfect example. The Pokemon adults and Nintendo knows that. Exactly. That's a perfect example. The remember the commercial with Pokemon Lego? Bro, I'll never forget it. I will never forget the commercial for Pokemon Lego, because Pokemon Lego commercial proved to me that these companies, especially Nintendo, knows exactly who their customer base is. Even if some of their decisions make you wonder whether or not they know that commercial, it literally proves that they do know it. They do know it. They know exactly who the fuck their customer is, bro. which is an older adult that would do anything to be a part of brand new Pokemon, whatever, while struggling with bills, being unable to pay their mortgage, their whatever, and still they'll drop $600 on a Lego set because it's Pokemon. They made fun of these people in the trailer. They made fun of them. And people still buy this shit up, you know? Adult Disney. Yeah, look at Disney. Adult Disney people, same thing. Same thing. Disney adults. Disney adults are so cringe. Right? Like, you can be an adult person who enjoys Disney, but then there's that, and then there's a Disney adult. And everybody knows the difference. Everybody knows the difference between a standard adult who enjoys Disney products or Disney services and then a Disney adult. A Disney adult is the fucking worst, bro. It's literally the worst. Like, have you ever been around a Disney adult? I'm sure everybody here has been around at least one of them. It's so bad. I don't know what's worse. I think Disney adult's probably worse than Nintendo adult. It's really bad. Robin 10 with a 5. The game and movie business have forgotten it's far easier to keep clients and to find new ones. We old men have time, desire, and money, more games. Exactly. Exactly. Like I said, man, like you could say that we're aged out, but they have acknowledged that the majority of the people that buy video games are actually of a higher age, right? I think the last number they said it was like 34. 34 was like the average age or something like that for a lot of people buying video games. So, and that number is just going to go higher, right? Because the access to video games has become more and more and more easier and easier, especially with free-to-play games. Everybody has access to some form of video game, even if you have no money. If you have a phone, free-to-play game, you can play something, right? So that all goes into statistics. So, you know, low to mid-30s makes sense. And the number is going to go higher. I guarantee you the average age within 10 years will probably be around 37. Probably, if I had to guess, 37, 38, around there. Toradol with a 2, it may be less. This celeb has copyrighted their voice, and more, this voice is famous. The celebrity can choose to sue you if they want. I guess they could do that, but then I'm just gonna be able to say, well, I'm using the TTS. This is a product that people are selling, and I'm somebody partaking in capitalism. I'm paying for a product. That's not my fault. Besides, the voices don't even sound like 100% the same. They're pretty close, though. They're pretty close. But I appreciate it. Thank you, Robin 10. Thank you, Torino. Appreciate that. Yamato says, you heard about Final Fantasy confirming players being older than 30? Oh, for sure. I mean, Final Fantasy's player base has to be older. I gotta imagine. It just makes sense that way. DJ Conic gifting a membership. Thank you on Rumble. I appreciate that. We are $44 away from tier 1, according to TJ. Which, by the way, did you guys see the anime yesterday, or did some of you miss it? Who here missed the anime yesterday? I made a Hypnocast anime. We're almost done with it. Who missed it? Did you guys see T-Jap and Sonya fighting demons, journalist demons? It was epic, man. It was epic. What anime? You missed the anime? That's crazy, man. Monkey Man says he missed it. It's crazy. I actually, another dance? No, it's not a dance. It's not a dance. DJ Conic says, let's watch it again. I don't know if people want to watch it again. I did add some stuff to it. You didn't watch it? Bro, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Sonya needs chancla weapons, bro. Sonya needs chancla weapons. Mr. Rouge says I play Final Fantasy and I just turned 60. There you go. Hound says I want to watch it. Oh man, should I play it? Should I play it for the people that missed it? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I want to see the reactions. All right, let me X this out. Let's get to the next story. But yeah, in terms of PlayStation, I'm sure there's going to be more closures. I'm almost positive there's going to be more closures. Look forward to more closures. People are saying play it. Okay. All right, fine. I'll play it. Hold on. Let's make sure you can see this. It's not done. It's not done, by the way. So don't yell at me because it's not done. All right. It's only partially done. Just so you're aware. I'm working on a brand new Robin said Bit to play it. All right, I'm gonna play it. I'm working on a brand new intro for Hypnocast, something that's gonna be more consistent. I always wanted to make it like an anime intro for the show. I'm also gonna work on an anime outro, but I'm gonna keep the song for the current outro because I know people like it. Hypno has broccoli hair, bro. Come on. No, I don't. I still think this guy looks like Hypno. No, I don't. I don't look like this guy at all. This is a standard anime character, brother. It's not a face reveal in the slightest. You could call it a beard reveal, but that's really it. I do not like this guy at all, whatsoever. Sorry to disappoint you. All right, let's get into it, boys. Here we go. I'm gonna play it. It's so funny because people they say they're like, this is so gay, I love it. But the beautiful thing about this is that like this is hardcore fucking like this is weeb shit, right? So like I tried to make the intro as prototypical anime intro as possible. So if anybody watches an anime intro, they'll know like it has the beats, it has the fucking rhythm, you know what I'm saying? Like it has all that shit. I wanted it to really feel and match like a real anime intro. You know, it needs McDuggins. Listen, McDuggins might show up. McDuggins might show up. Hold on, it's not done though. It's not done. Let me stop talking. Let me go back. There we go. Hold on. Unless you're Japanese, it's not anime. So I don't know if you missed it. I'll just repeat myself. I know sometimes I speak quickly, so just I'll talk slow this time. You ready? So I said I wanted it to be like anime. Like anime, right? So like that, what that means is, I don't know if English is not like first, second language. I'll help. So like anime means like it's not anime, but it's like kind of like anime, right? Like I'm going for the vibe. Like I'm going for the vibe. The vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like the vibe. Anyway. Oh, this is all new. This part's all new. You guys didn't see this part yet. None of you guys saw this yesterday. This wasn't here yesterday. Those of you guys asking for a song, it's a song that I actually created with AI, by the way. real Japanese lyrics. The chorus is singing Hypnocast. That's all I know. That's all I know. For all I know, they could be talking about ice cream. No, I'm just kidding. It's talking about a podcast called Hypnocast. At least that's to my knowledge anyway. You guys didn't see this part, so you'll see it. Here you go. That's so fucking cool. Guess who those people are? That might be you guys in the Gopher. That might be the bigot army getting summoned with the Gopher. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's the Gopher, boys. It's the Gopher. It's the Gopher. Oh, I'm muted. Oh shit, sorry. I don't know. I'm muted so you can hear the audio better. My bad. I was gonna say, so you're gonna have to wait to the end, man, to find out what happens. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. But it's awesome, man. It's awesome. I enjoy it. I'm having a lot of fun making it, and yeah, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be an awesome time. It's gonna be an awesome time. I'm telling you, man, I've always been wanting to make my own like anime style intro, and I think it's coming together. Like one or two scenes, I feel like I can upgrade, but I'll fix that later. What is with Hypno and abusing animals? I'm not abusing animals. He's fighting. He's fighting the good fight with the bigot army. The Gophers fight. I didn't beat up the Gopher. I'm not the red demon. I went to go save the Gopher. I flew in. Hold on. Wait, fuck this, bro. Hold on. Wait. I flew in. To help the Gopher. See? I was flying in to help the Gopher, man. And he's fighting. Look, the bigot army. He's fighting with the bigot army, you see? The bigot army is out there fighting the good fight. And Gopher just got, he might have got a little felted. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You can't. Sonya's solo is crazy. What, the fight scene? Which one? The one over here? I mean, this is a pretty good fight scene, though. This is my favorite part. Yeah, that's by far my favorite part. By far. All right, boys. Anyway, enough of that, man. You'll see the rest soon. I'll work on it. I will work on it. You'll see the rest soon. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Hypno, the people want a Sonya solo vid. Listen, bro, I am spending an insane amount of money and credits on producing this fucking intro. When I am done with this, then I'll focus on producing some more clips. But right now, this shit is costing a lot of credits. A lot of credits. Are we getting a Hypno anime channel? No, we're not getting that. needs to be in the Hypno anime, reminding the protagonist he sucks at video games. Yeah, that would be accurate. I still got. You missed my manual raid. What? We got raided? Did we get raided? I mean, I'm sorry. I was in the middle of the video. King Alucard, thanks for the raid, bro. I didn't realize that. My bad. Shout out to King Alucard for the raid. I appreciate that, dude. Thanks for the raiders coming in. Let him cook. Yeah, bro. Let me cook, man. Let me cook. Shit takes it takes a lot of time, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's something I've been procrastinating about for the longest time. I'm like, I'm just gonna get it. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done. So I've been working at it for the past like fucking week now, but we'll make it happen. Close to 500 subs. Good job, dude. Good job. Keep cooking it. All right. Super chats really quick. We got a lot during that apparently, so we're just gonna catch up really quick, and then we're gonna talk about Marathon, which I know a lot of you guys want to talk about, so we'll do it. Clippy, 14 months. Gearbox in their Quad A studio is probably next for layoffs. I doubt Borderlands 4 made its money back. Also, you're leveling up in skills. Keep going. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I think that Borderlands 4 did make almost all its money back. Personally, I do think that it did, or at least it's very close to doing so. You also got to keep in mind too, Borderlands is the kind of video game that sells quite a lot over time through multiple different sales, right? They usually put those games for sale for like 90% off, and then people just buy them up just because it's so cheap, and that adds up. You know, when you have a couple of 100,000 people doing that on any major sale like that, it adds up, and it starts getting its money back. That's how their other games made their money. That's what I'm saying. Do I see a romance between you two at a scene? No. Sonya is there doing what she does every night, ensuring the show goes on. T-Jep as well. T-Jep's out there doing his accounting and fighting with the Bigot Army, and Sonya's picking me up because I got felted by the red demons from fighting them. And then after I saw the Bigot Army go in there, I got re-energized and I powered up and I flew in there to help the Bigot Army and the Gopher. And then something happens, and you'll find out what happens. You'll find out what happens. That's the lore anyway. I'm literally thinking of this story as I'm doing it, by the way. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. Sonya needs a costume? No, she doesn't. Sonya's perfectly good in the outfit that she's in right now. Will we have a heartfelt, slow-ending gay song? No, that'll be for the outro. Vet Gamer with a 10. I turned 55 this year. Been gaming since the late 70s. Have money I can spend on games. Retired. And will play games since I just physically can't. It's what I do. A hobby I've loved all my life. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go. I mean, I've been playing video games. Jesus Christ, man. I'm trying to remember the first video game I ever played. First video game I ever there's first video game that I played, and then there's like first video games that I ever took serious. I think, let me see. I mean, I did play Pong, obviously. I did play Pong. No. The first video game that I think I ever actually played was probably Legend of Zelda on the Atari. Probably. If I had to, I mean, it's I don't even remember, bro. Like it's been such a long time. I would say probably Legend of Zelda on the Atari. Either that or Centipede. Probably that. If I had to guess. Didn't they have Zelda the Atari, or am I bugging? On the Atari 2600? Didn't they have that? Or am I bugging? It's been so long. Let me look it up. Hold on. Let me see. Zelda Atari. Let me see. Am I bugging? It was always a NES title. Are you sure? There's a hack of it. I think you guys are fucking with me. Hold on. Let me see. Damn, I'm old, bro. Holy shit. I'm old as fuck. Let me see. What was the game? No. Timeout. There was a game. I'm not bugging. Or maybe I am. There was a game. Let me see. I'm looking it up right now. Hold on. Was it Adventure? Did I think it was Zelda this whole time? The Mandela effect, bro. Oh man. Hold on. Adventure? 1980 video game Adventure for the Atari. No, that's not the game. That's not the game. It can't be. Bro, did I just Mandela effect myself? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. No, you run around as a little green guy. You run around as a little green guy. I remember. Hold on. I'm thinking Ready Player One. No. Pitfall Atari? Was it Pitfall? No. I would not confuse that for fucking no. It's not Pitfall. It's not Pitfall. No, it's not Pitfall, bro. Hold on. Atari game lists. I'm looking it up right now. Let me see. There can't be that many fucking games on the Atari. How many games were on the Atari? Well, I do know for a fact I played Centipede. You're not gonna tell me that Centipede was not on the Atari. It was fucking 100% was on the Atari, bro. 100% was on the Atari. God damn, how many games were on the Atari? Holy shit. There's a lot of games. The fuck? That's crazy. We did this search months ago on SNH for no answer. No. That's different. The one that we did on SNH months ago, that one, that was something different. That was a ninja game that I believe was on NES or SNES that I can't for the life of me fucking remember what it was. And it was one of my favorite games back then. There was a Zelda D-make on the Atari. What was it called? What was it called, Scrap Gamer? What was it called? Was it an official game? I dreamt up that game. No, I didn't. Yo, am I going insane? Bro, my entire life I've been thinking that this was like a Zelda game. It was unofficial. Oh, that makes sense. I'm trying to think like so what game could I confuse for like a sprite Zelda game? E.T.? No way, bro. No way. E.T. Atari. Let me see. No, it's not this. I did play E.T. though. I do remember this. I did play E.T. Bro, he even had the pointy hat. He had the pointy hat. And you would shoot with a bow and arrow. Bro. Like, am I bugging? Like, try Secret Quest? Secret Quest? Let me see. Secret Quest Atari. Let me see. Oh shit, is that it? No, that's not it. No, that's not it. That's not it. It's not that. Come on, I need to figure this out, bro, because my whole life is just upside down right now, man. I am tripping. I'm thinking of like I know there was a game on the Atari like that. Game called Adventure. I don't think it's Adventure, bro. Return of Hercules, is that a game? Return of Hercules? No. That's not it. That's not it. Take your pills. Might be time, bro. There is some bootleg or whatever called Zelda, the Atari. Did I play a bootleg this entire time? And did I just not know about it? Did my parents get me a fucking bootleg Atari video game? And the entire time I thought it was official? Bro, my parents have been lying to me my whole life. That's crazy. Zelda Atari game. Let me see. Bro, I'm telling you. I am... Yo, this is it right here. Hold on. Wait. Atari ST Legend of Zelda. Hold on. Atari ST Legend of Zelda. Hold on. Yo, this is it. Hold on. I don't know where this image came from. I just know this is the game. This is it right here. This is the game. This is the game. This is it. Right here. This is it. So is this real or is this not real? It came from NES, but it says Atari. It says Atari ST. I'm so fucking confused now. I'm so confused. Hold on, let me. We're gonna go down this rabbit hole, boys. We're gonna go down this rabbit hole. Guys. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. I probably thought the NES is an Atari. No, I fucking didn't. According to Google, Zelda 2000 Atari ST game. The Atari ST version of Zelda 2000 is a game developed by TCW, released in 1996. It is a homebrew port of the original game, offering a unique experience for Atari ST users. The game features a mix of RPG elements and adventure, with the player navigating through various levels and collecting items. Wow. The Atari ST version is available for download, allowing fans, blah, 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 blah. Man. I'm so confused now. It's bootleg. So I guess I played a bootleg game this whole time, and I got felted. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Because the Atari ST is not the Atari. Damn. Did I play it in 1996? Did I? I don't remember what year, bro, to be honest with you. I know I was young. Actually, you know what? The timeline adds up. The timeline adds up. The timeline does indeed add up. I'm not going to tell you why, but it does add up. 100%. 100%. The timeline does add up. Fuck, did I play a bootleg this whole time? Damn. Who had an Atari in 1996? We had pretty much all the consoles. My life is a lie. It is. It is a lie. Yo, this whole time I thought there was like a small release of Zelda on the Atari, bro. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh man. I always thought that was a little bit weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because growing up, you know that Zelda's Nintendo. Like when you grow up, you're like, all right, Zelda's Nintendo. You know that now. But I know like they did a lot of weird shit back in the day with these IPs before they became like super locked down with them. So, yeah, that hurts my heart. Hypnotic is crazy. How you blaming me for that? Get the fuck out of here. Hypnotic. Reality just slapped it. Yeah, it did. It did. Well, okay. Regardless, the first video game I guess I ever played was probably Centipede then, because Centipede was in fact on the Atari. So there you go. If that answers your question, I'm gonna go with Centipede. How about that? I'm gonna go with Centipede. There was another game that I played on the Atari besides E.T. It was Centipede, E.T., and there was one other one. I mean, I could look through the Atari list. Asteroids. I think I played Asteroids. Pretty sure I played Asteroids. Asteroids, and let me look at the list. Is Breakout the one where you destroy the blocks? Yeah. I played Breakout. Definitely played that one. What else? I didn't play too many. We didn't have too many. What's the other one? I feel like there's one more there somewhere. They had Pac-Man on the Atari, right? I believe I played that. Pretty sure. But yeah, it was mainly Breakout. Played a lot of Breakout and Centipede as well. Played Centipede. Breakout was fun though, and I'm pretty sure Pac-Man was on there too. So it was a lot of fun. All right, boys, let's get into the topics. Wait, we got more. Hold on. Where we at? James Hop with a 10, building my AI voice cloning. I looked into it. There are state and federal laws against it, trying to save you issues. Buying a service from a company does not save you. Texas will toss you in prison. Well, good thing I'm not in Texas. Trey Burkhalter with a 5. So, are you saying your origin story is you get touched by some ghost dude that exploded over a bunch of other? Sure. Let's go with that. Dragon with a 5. Kratos, Hypnotic's origin story. Makes sense. Elemental Anguish with a 5. Look, bro, anime just means animation in Japanese. Mickey Mouse is fucking anime. Yeah, according to Japan, yes, I know that. I know anime for them is just literally anything animated. I know that. Adair Soto with a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you. Bolski, 11 months, 6 years old, and still gaming since the late 70s. Started with Atari 2600, and this kind of like anime video rocks. Thank you. I appreciate that. Robin 10 with a 2. Stop interrupting it, Hypno. I'm sorry. Adair Soto with a 10. One last example is the Star Wars old brand. People were buying them a lot back then, but then Disney came in, released their own products. Nobody wants to buy those products, and Ollie's dust right now. Yeah, it's terrible. Disney's a prime example of how to destroy a brand. It's amazing. You Omega with 13 months. Don't lie, Hypno. Your first game was Border Patrol Dodging Simulator. That's fucking crazy. Itzo with a 3 months says, Hale, been watching your playthrough of Crimson Desert, and someone should do a 10-second clip of the flying mechanic next to Forspoken. It does look kind of similar. I'm not going to lie. Visually speaking, anyway. Aripa with a 2 says Berserk 1980. Is that your first game? Or is that the game you're telling me to check out? Berserk 1980. Let's see. 1980 Atari. Let's see. I don't think I played this. No, I didn't play this. Nope. Darius Holto with a 2. That's great. Hypno, now it's time to take your bets. And then Pirate Hypnotic is a great title for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I didn't play this game, Berserk, for 1980 Atari. I did not play this game. It's not ringing a bell to me whatsoever. It's not ringing a bell whatsoever. Wait, so the Zelda game that I played was a NES title this whole time? Bro, that's blowing my mind. That's like legit blowing my fucking mind right now. Demon Carol with a 5. Oldest game I ever met was 96 back in the old console Armored Warfare days on Xbone. That was back in 2019. Proof you are never too old. Makes sense. Makes sense, Demon Carol. It does change everything. It changes everything, man. It changes everything. Zelda's always been NES. Yeah, I understand that from an adult perspective, but you gotta understand, like, as a kid, did I have a NES? I did have a NES. I did have a NES. We got Toradol with a 2. What product do you use in your hair to keep it that spiky? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Thank you for the 2. And then Toxin, 20 months. Did you really go decades thinking Zelda was on Atari? I did. I legitimately did. I'm not going to hide it. I legitimately thought that was a real game. I really did for the longest time. And again, let's be clear. Like, I understand Zelda is a Nintendo IP product. I get that. But there's a lot of crossovers, weird crossovers back in the day that would never happen in today's world. Okay, so that's why, like, I just always assumed, like, all right, it was just a weird crossover from back in the day. You know? Obviously, I know now it's a Nintendo-only product. I know that now for the last however long it's been now. But there was a lot of weird crossovers back in the day. So I just figured that was a fucking weird crossover. You know? Adventure was the one I played. Had to look it up. Makes sense. Donkey Kong was on the 2600. Exactly! That's why people are like, oh, why would you think that? Donkey Kong was on the fucking... Donkey Kong was on the 2600. You know? So it's one of those things where I always just thought it was a fucking old, crossover. That's what I thought. You know? But hey, you learn something new every day, bro. That shit blew my mind, man. I literally thought, damn. Little me's entire life just fucking blew up. My entire life just blew up, man. But Donkey Kong and Mario Bros was before NES. Yeah, that's fine. But still, at the end of the day, if you think about it now, when people say Donkey Kong and Mario, what are they going to say? It's Nintendo, right? So nobody's going to think it was on the Atari 2600. You know? So anyway, hey, that's what it is what it is. It is what it is. Life is ruined. Thank you, guys. I'm going to need therapy now. No, I'm going to need therapy now. I'm going to sit down in the office and be like, so I found out Zelda was not on the Atari. My entire life has been a lie. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Fucking hell. Life ruined. Therapy fund. Yes, therapy fund is officially open. All donos are now going to go to the therapy fund for ruining my life. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, that's so funny, man. Yeah, the healing. Hey, it's only up from here. Okay, it's only up from here. We can only start healing from here. What do they always say? Part of healing is acceptance. Well, I have now accepted that my entire childhood was a lie. That's just what it is, boys. Oh man. Trey with a 5, don't lie. The first game that played was Tennis for Two when it was created in 1950. Bro, come on, man. I'm not that old. Stop it. Robin 10 with a 2. Are you playing Crimson Desert on PlayStation? May check. No, I'm not. I'm playing it on PC. If you want, I mean, a lot of people in this chat I know are playing it on PlayStation, and Real Life Fake Wizard also played it on PlayStation. Kate is playing on PC. I think Atreus is playing on PC. I'm pretty sure. Most of the people I know are playing on PC, but yeah. Dietrich Koenig with $1 for Hypnos Therapy Fund. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna need it. All right, well, that's definitely that was definitely memory lane. Holy shit. Not only do I feel old, but I felt it. So there's that. So now let's take that energy and transfer it over to the felting of Marathon. Boys, let's talk about it, man. We got to talk about Marathon. Because, well, the truth has been coming out about Marathon, and it ain't looking good, right? So as we know, the numbers have pretty much stagnated for the most part, right? The numbers have pretty much stagnated as expected, and they stagnated exactly where I thought they were going to be, which is right around 50,000 concurrent players. That's more than enough for them to monetize if they can convince enough whales to spend money on $20 color skins, but, it all depends. Now, the game is slowly losing its player base. I think Cryo Archive, I think was the name of the map. Cryo Archive is not as successful as they were hoping. And I honestly kind of feel like that's because they decided to make it a weekend-only thing, which is kind of crazy, right? So you're basically saying to your players, we demand that you spend time with us on the weekend and nobody else in order to experience content that is brand new that we just added. I think that's crazy, So making it weekend-only, whatever. I understand they're trying to go with the concept of how they did it with Destiny, where you had Xur, who was only available on the weekend or something like that. But again, you have an NPC that you could just visit and buy stuff from versus an entire content loop that you can't access without it being on the weekend. I think that's a really stupid move. But anyway, whatever. So now apparently it's come out. And again, I want you guys to take this information with a grain of salt because, again, this is Alinea Analytics. And it's no different than your other analytic firms that basically pull information supposedly and try to either sell it to you or whatever. It's one of those things where it's like I forgot the name of the other one that a lot of the what's the name of the other company that they would utilize to push analytics with Ghost Yote and shit? What's the name of that? It's so funny how they're not even anywhere to be seen anymore. Nobody ever talks about them. They barely say anything. What's the name of the other company? You have Alinea Analytics, and then you have, what's the other one? I'm sure one of you guys will say it. Circana. Yeah, there you go. So Circana. When's the last time you heard anything from Circana? I just realized that. They went completely radio silent. Where the fuck they've been? Anyway, so the gold standard, exactly. So Marathon, according to Alinea Analytics, has sold 1.2 million copies total. Now, I want you guys to understand something. The conversation around this game and the cope was that it was rumored, and they were running with this, by the way. All the Marathon fanboys were running with this like crazy. And I just knew it was bullshit because the numbers weren't adding up. Especially over on Steam, the numbers were not adding up. There was no way. And then when Jason Schreier or whoever said that the majority of the player base was on Steam, and I'm looking at the numbers, and Steam is at like 600,000 copies sold, estimated. How the fuck are you at 2 million? That doesn't make any sense. So anyway, Marathon has supposedly now sold 1.2 million copies. When it was first initially rumored, they sold 2 million copies. So now we are 800,000 copies less from the last rumor. That's almost 1 million copies less. That's almost half. Oh, Paul Tassi said it. Sorry, not Jason Schreier. Regardless, they're both the same. Paul Tassi said that. It didn't make sense. Like, none of this made sense once I heard what Paul Tassi said. So now it says that it hasn't exactly made the splash Sony and Bungie wanted, which I'm not surprised. Even if the game underneath the surface is a masterwork of design. This person, I swear. It's so amazing to see these people use certain words with Marathon. It's like, bro, you really think Marathon's anything different from what we've seen throughout how many years now of extraction shooters? The only things that are different with Marathon is its visuals and maybe a little bit of its gun gameplay because it's very Bungie, right? Like Bungie has a certain style when it comes to their gun gameplay that you can argue almost nobody else has. But that's not necessarily a positive or a negative. It just depends on who you are as a player and whether you prefer Bungie-style FPS games versus others, So it says, looking at the split between Steam, PS5, and Xbox, Steam is clearly the main platform for Marathon, which we already knew that. We already knew that to be the case. And it's not even because Paul Tassi, Jason Schreier, none of that. Extraction shooters are inherently more popular on PC than they are on consoles by a long shot. All right. Most of the extraction shooters are mainly popular on PC, right? Looking at Arc Raiders, looking at Escape from Tarkov, all these games, like this is the home of extraction shooters, right? So if you're going to try to find a customer base for your extraction shooter, you're more likely to find it on PC than you are to find it on a console, especially since it's just more easier to utilize the game on a PC because normally these extraction shooters, their UIs, their inventory systems are extremely fucking clunky and they're just messy, right? So it's easier to utilize it with a keyboard and mouse than it is with a controller. But in any case, so it's the main platform for Marathon, accounting for a little under 70% of the total audience sold, which is 800,000 copies. Meanwhile, PS5 takes about 19%, which is 217,000 copies, and Xbox, including console, PC, and cloud, accounts for a bit over 11%, or of about 133,000 copies. So right off the bat, this is pretty wild, right? Because I want you guys to understand Marathon was pitched as like the Bungie return to form. Bungie's going to bring PlayStation back. You know what I mean? And PlayStation only showed up for 19% of the total number. That's really bad. That's really bad. It destroys a couple of narratives, right? So the first narrative that it destroys is the fact that for some reason, console fanboys really do believe that they're the number one fucking platform, okay? And when I say console fanboys, I'm talking about the hardcore ones. I'm not talking about people who just like playing on console. I don't apply you to these people, okay? I'm talking about the ones that go out of their way to be on Twitter all day, attacking people who play on anything else other than their particular console, and then spew absolute bullshit cope. It really is just cope, where they think that they're the biggest platform. They think they're the ones who are like, oh man, you know, you guys using the Steam numbers, but Steam numbers is only like 5% of the total numbers. Everybody knows that everybody's playing on PlayStation. It's like millions upon millions of copies sold on PlayStation. And then you ask them, where'd you get that information? They're like, well, it's just the truth. Console gaming, bro. It's like, all right, sure. Anyway, so they only showed up for about 19% of the total. Marathon's technically a first-party Sony title, which makes it worse, by the way. It makes it worse, by the way. Marathon being a first-party Sony title, that ain't good. You know what this proves, too? It destroys yet another narrative, right? It destroys the day and date narrative, meaning that if Sony were to actually release their games on PC day one, they would see more sales on PC than the actual native PlayStation. We've been talking about this for the longest time, and I know they don't want to admit that. They definitely don't want to admit that. That's one thing they will never admit to. But Marathon proves it, bro. Marathon was being pushed out there to be the return to form for Bungie on PlayStation, and only 19% decided to show up, and the other 70% went to PC. That's crazy, right? So that kind of destroys their narrative too. But anyway, seeing the home console struggle to break 20% of the volume is a notable data point for the ongoing platform agnostic debate. PlayStation Studios' online games will almost certainly continue being multi-platform, despite Sony reportedly pulling back on PC releases. And this is honestly why I never believed that they were going to pull back on PC releases, because I really just don't think they can. I think at this point, PC has taken over so much that if they do pull away from PC, they're going to be the only ones doing that. Aside from Nintendo, but Nintendo's in its own little fucking bubble. It always has been. So for you to pull out a PC while everybody else is investing and going into PC and hoping to, strike gold on the PC platform, I think you're crazy, right? Is PlayStation going to survive if they pull out from PC? Yeah, sure, of course. But you're going to be giving up billions of dollars. Even that small percentage, what was it, like 5 to 10%? Even that small percentage is still billions of dollars for you. And those billions of dollars could go a long way for you, right? So one topic that came up a lot in conversation at the GDC this year was why Marathon hasn't hit the same stratosphere as Arc Raiders. On paper, they're both extraction shooters, and Marathon has the Bungie pedigree. Yeah, but what does the Bungie pedigree even mean, though? What does the Bungie pedigree even mean? Bungie is not even the same Bungie anymore. So you guys are literally just riding the clout of the former developers that made your entire studio's name. What the fuck does Bungie pedigree mean? It doesn't mean anything anymore. It says the house that built the gold standard for gunplay in Halo and Destiny. Since when has Halo ever been fucking relevant in years? What does it mean? Bungie pedigree. What the fuck does that mean? Doesn't mean anything. It used to. Not anymore. This shit doesn't... I hate when they do this. When they're like, oh man, this is the house that built fucking Halo. Yeah. That house was emptied and evicted years ago. And then they'll be like, well, there's still developers that worked on Halo. Yeah, which one? Which Halo? And what did they really do? Because you have a lot of people that are like, oh, yeah, we worked on Halo, and come to find out, they were like, what, community managers? Or they fucking, what, delivered coffee for the developers who actually worked on Halo that left? Like, what does that even mean? So his answer is that players understand that Arc Raiders loop within 30 minutes, while Marathon's UI acts as a massive filter, chewing up newcomers and spitting them out before they can experience the depth of Bungie's signature gunplay, and Marathon's awesome gameplay loop. Bro, Marathon's awesome gameplay loop. What the fuck are we talking about, bro? It's no different. The extraction shooter concept remains the same at the end of the day. Arc Raiders just does it better. That's just what it is, man. Arc Raiders does it better. It looks better. It plays better, right? And it gives you a third-person perspective versus a first-person perspective. Not everybody likes to play a first-person shooter. I would argue more people are more likely to play a third-person shooter. At least if we're talking at a grand scale, like more people than not, I think they would choose third-person over first-person. And I like first-person. I love first-person shooters because I just like that gameplay. But that's just what it is. I acknowledge that I think more people would choose third-person. The Steam copies sold during each game's respective server slam paint the picture. Arc Raiders saw a massive 80% jump in copies sold during its 3-day server slam. Marathon, meanwhile, saw a 49% increase in the 4 days following its server slam. Despite the friction-heavy start, the data suggests that those who survived Marathon's onboarding are loving life. Are you sure about that? Because they're really angry on Twitter. I don't know if they're loving life. I think loving life is a really strong sentiment to say. But anyway, we've been tracking cross-platform DAUs, and while there's the expected post-launch leakage, many players are sticking with it. After peaking at 478,000 total DAUs on the first Saturday, Marathon has settled in on a respectable rhythm, holding 345,000 daily active users as of yesterday and averaging 380,000 daily active users across the weekend. So they lost about 100,000 daily active users from when they first launched to where they're at now. So 100,000 out of 400,000 daily active users, or almost 500,000 daily active users. So, and keep in mind, DAUs, that's across the board, right? So that's like every single platform, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, all that stuff. It's all over the place. On Steam, Marathon's average playtime has climbed to 27.8 hours, significantly outpacing the console averages on PS5, which is 16.5 hours, and Xbox, which is 17.3. So, bro, not only is PlayStation nowhere near the amount of copies sold as Steam, but then your most dedicated fan base is not even on PlayStation. Like, you guys are not even playing the most hours. You guys are playing way less hours than PC by almost half. That's fucking sad, bro. How is this a return to form for PlayStation? That's fucking sad, bro. Even more telling that the average's 22% of Steam audience has surged past the 50-hour mark, and nearly 7% have already logged over 100 hours. Bro, Godspeed to whoever has over 100 hours in Marathon. Godspeed to you, man. I hope, man, I hope it was worth it, bro. I hope it was worth it, because holy shit, the mental degradation from looking at those colors is going to be rough. PlayStation Bungie are at a crossroads here. They can double down on Marathon with a long-term Rainbow Six Siege, No Man's Sky style recovery plan, which is something I heard Chris Gunn smartly mention last week on Sacred Symbols. While this could be a sunk cost fallacy in action, it could eventually yield the audience the game's mechanical depth deserves. Shift focus towards the inevitable Destiny 3 or another project, mitigating the escalating opportunity costs and cutting their losses, so to speak. I think, if I got to be honest with you, I think that considering so many of their players that are playing Marathon right now are angry, and they've been saying that they wish that this was Destiny 3 instead, I think that they are going to double down on Destiny 3, and I think that they're going to ride out Marathon for as long as they can until the release of Destiny 3. Like, they'll put out content, they'll have a small team work on the game and update the game and do little things here and there, because extraction shooters kind of make their own content, really. Like, it's all about the player interaction, so it can last longer. I think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to turn or try to do like this crazy grand plan with Marathon. I think Destiny 3 has a much bigger player base opportunity and a much bigger overall just profit opportunity. I really do. I don't think they're going to double down on Marathon. Not that they're going to kill Marathon. I just think that they're going to ride out Marathon at the bare minimum just to keep people playing, and then just focus on Destiny 3. I really do. Doing both is an expensive proposition given the high overhead. Yeah, I don't think Bungie has the money to do it, to be honest with you. The burn rate of operating out of Bellevue, Washington, with Sony recently demonstrating a lower threshold for underperforming studios and projects, the margin for error has vanished. Whatever happens the next 6 months will determine whether Marathon becomes a cornerstone of Sony's live service portfolio or a cautionary tale of vision exceeding accessibility. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. I think this is going to be the slow death of Marathon. I mean, look at this bar graph, bro. Look at this. Like, how are you on Twitter as a PlayStation super fanboy attacking PC and Xbox users, right? How is that you? And then you're praising Marathon, right? Because you thought you had the numbers. These people were praising Marathon, and they're like, yeah, everybody's playing Marathon on PlayStation. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What are you looking at? Steam numbers? You fucking loser. Steam numbers don't matter. You fucking chud, right? Like, how are you out here on Twitter doing that? And now you have a bar graph that is as small as an Asian man's penis. Like, what the fuck is this, bro? How are you looking like this? How are you a PlayStation fanboy and you're looking like this, bro? You're barely ahead of Xbox. That's like insanity to me. I can't believe you're even like, bro. At that point, I would just stop console warring on Twitter. I would run away and pretend like I never said anything about Marathon and just go quiet, because that's crazy, bro. How are you looking like this, all shriveled up in the corner? That's sad. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? But in any case, so anyway, listen. Here's what I'll say. Man. Take these numbers with a grain of salt, because again, this is a linear analytics. And you know, I don't take any of these like analytic firms to be 100% accurate. You know, yes, obviously we could use the numbers and kind of think about things and talk about them and kind of extrapolate that. But like, I don't fully believe any of these analytics. But what I will say is that at least these analytics do make sense based off what I've been seeing as a trend overall. Because again, like, I'm pretty fucking good at looking at the numbers when it comes to Steam and kind of guessing the overall performance. And you also have to understand the genre of the video game that we're dealing with. And when it comes to an extraction shooter, it is going to be PC heavy. Anybody who's played extraction shooters knows that. And so when I saw these people out here console warring with Marathon, I'm like, you really want to do that though? Do you really want to do that? You know, it's probably not a good idea, right? Look at the gross revenue. The estimated gross revenue is $55 million from copies sold on Steam, PS5, and Xbox. This game costs easily over $100 million. You know, think about that. This game easily costs over $100 million to make, if not $200 million, because they had to go back to beta. They had to go back to the books, and they had to revamp some things, and they needed to, you know, after the whole art stealing theft thing, they spent almost a year having to go back to the basics to try to revamp things. So that's more development time that was spent on this game, guaranteed, bro. They are nowhere near making their money back for this game. And they need everything that they could possibly get. Now, obviously, this doesn't include microtransactions, right? This doesn't include microtransactions whatsoever. But still, like, it's not looking good, right? This is a live service game. My bet is 350 million. I don't know if they did 350 million because the game is really easy to develop, right? So like, keep in mind, Marathon, it is a simple gameplay loop, right? You got a few maps, extraction shooter. It really doesn't take much to make a game like Marathon. I don't think it's 300 to 400 million. I just don't. I think it's probably 1 to 200 million if I had to guess. Now, that doesn't include marketing, which, by the way, they spent so much money on marketing this game. It is disgusting. The amount of influencers that they paid to play this game. Oh my God. I have not seen this many influencers paid to play a game since Assassin's Creed Shadows. Assassin's Creed Shadows was paying people an insane amount of money to play their game. They paid Hassan fucking Piker, who doesn't even play games, they paid him $75,000 to $100,000 estimated to play the game for like a couple of hours. You know, so we are seeing crazy money being burned right now, and they don't want to admit it, man. They don't want to admit it. All the microtransactions in the world is not going to make up this difference. You guys have to sell the game, and right now the sales for this game have completely halted. Well, you guys didn't know about the Hassan thing? Yes, they did. They paid Hassan to fucking play Assassin's Creed Shadows. You know, for however long he played it. So it's sad, bro. It is sad. Very sad. Anyway, gross revenue, not profit. Yeah, I know. I know that. I know that. I wonder if this is not even including Steam's cut. If this is not including Steam taking its cut, oh my god. That means you got to take away 30% from Steam's cut, which makes it even worse. And 30% from Xbox. Oh man, this is so bad. It's so bad. Anyway, that's basically it, boys. Marathon ain't looking too good. And listen, man, I said it before, I'll say it again, because I know there's a lot of haters listening. Guys, I want you to enjoy the game. I really do. I want you to enjoy Marathon. If Marathon's the game for you, then that's great. But just because the game's for you doesn't mean that we ignore the reality of the situation of what's happening, right? And the reality of the situation is your game is dying. Your game is right now, like Marathon is on such an uphill battle. It's going to be so difficult for it to get anywhere close to being able to make its money back. It's, and listen, Bungie, hey, Sony might think to themselves that Bungie is the studio that they want to subsidize, right? Bungie might be Bungie might be for Sony what BioWare is for EA. But eventually, just like with BioWare, it's only a matter of time, brother. Like, subsidization ain't going to keep continuing over and over and over again. If they got to keep subsidizing you for years and years and years and years and years and years, eventually, it ain't going to be good, bro. They're going to come for you at some point. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But hey, enjoy the game in the meantime. And hopefully the game is able to stick around as long as possible so that you guys get your money worth. Because it ain't looking good, man. Eventually, I think Bungie is going to be on Sony's chopping block. It's only a matter of time. Because they've been a major letdown. They were already letting people down with Destiny 2 as it was. A lot of people were complaining about Destiny 2. How is Destiny doing, by the way? Destiny was getting felted because of Marathon. Let's see how the numbers are doing. Oh, look, the numbers actually went back up. Look at this. So when Marathon first released, Destiny was actually dropping to about, I think it was like 6,000 to 8,000 concurrent players in a 24-hour period, and it was there for a while. As you could see, the numbers kept going down and down and down. But now they're back up again. 14,263 in a 24-hour period. Still pretty terrible, considering where they were. But the numbers are back up. So people are like, hey, we tried out Marathon. We thought it was Destiny 3. It's not Destiny 3. We're leaving. You know how many people who are Bungie fans bought Marathon because they thought it was going to be like Destiny or similar to Destiny? Most of these people didn't even know what the fucking extraction shooter was. You know how many comments I saw from people that were claiming that they had no idea what an extraction shooter was, but they bought it because it was Bungie? It's crazy, man. So yeah, naturally this game is going to see a little bit of an uptick. And I think, what do they have? Sales going on right now too. So that's probably has to do with it as well. So, but anyway, that's the Marathon story, boys. That is the Marathon story, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's talk about Epic Games. This is where the felting begins, boys. This is where the felting begins. Before we do that, let me catch up on supers. We got K-Styles for 21 months. Intellivision by Mattel was the first console I used to own. Did you mean Mattel? Was the first console, I don't know, Mattel? The first console I used to own before the NES was ever born. Very nice, K-Styles. Very nice. Mervoth with a 2. By the way, 21 months is a long time, man. Mervoth with a 2. Smash is going to lab to the bank now. Just damn. Yeah, man. I'm sure he's going to run that shit into the ground. He's going to be like, I was right all along. Smash O'Dabbis. We got Jay Viber 20 months. Those Bungie numbers were verified by Paul Tassi talking to Bungie. They said they are very close. He's got an article up. Again, I take what Paul Tassi says with a grain of salt. I like to, not that his information is bad. I'll take his information and I'll see if I can personally verify it in any way possible. And if it just makes sense, right? Just look at it doesn't take much to see someone's claim and say, you know what? I could be more inclined to believe you than not believe you. right? And it's not because I hate Marathon or I literally feel indifferent towards Marathon. I didn't play it because I don't care. I don't care. Like I made my video, my first initial video talking about Marathon's performance, and then I just never made another video. Because again, I'm not gonna milk it. I don't fucking care about the game whatsoever. I'm just telling people what's happening, informing people of what I see, and that was basically it. But yeah, it doesn't take much to be able to verify like certain information. You could just look at the different numbers, kind of get different points of view and put it together and be like, yep, that makes sense. Adair Solto with it too. My God, Hypno Crimson Desert, the world is amazing. It really is. It really is amazing. Adair Solto with it too. I'm so lost in this world. I lost sleep yesterday. Bro, welcome. Welcome to the Crimson Desert life, man. It's a wild time. Rumble. We got 2 memberships, Draconic and Abhorrent Soul with the memberships. Thank you so much, my guys. I appreciate that over there. Thank you, man. Everybody's a member over there, damn near. It's not a single person that isn't red over there. It's crazy. All right, boys, it is time to talk about Epic Games. Epic Games, it ain't looking good, man. It ain't looking good as expected. And it's for a multitude of reasons, all right? Now, it has come to our knowledge that Epic Games has officially laid off more than 1,000 employees. And according to the CEO, Tim Sweeney Boy, he says we're spending significantly more than what we're making. Now, guys, where do I even begin with this one, right? Because Epic Games, we've talked about Epic Games quite a bit, right? And every single time we talk about Epic Games, I'll always get like 1 or 2 people that for some weird reason defend Epic Games, where they're like, well, why don't you want Epic Games to succeed? And it's like, it's not that I don't want Epic Games to succeed. The thing is, I wanted Epic Games to succeed, and they chose not to. They're the ones who chose not to. And you're probably asking, well, how did they choose not to? They chose not to because they thought that the way to get into gamers' wallets was by whoring themselves out, not only to the gamers, but to developers as well. They thought that by somehow, making Steam look like the devil for charging 30% when everybody else charges 30% except for them. They're the only ones that charge 15% to developers, right? But apparently Steam's the devil, right? Because it's really because they're the private company. Everybody else is public and making less money, charging 30%. Steam is private, making way more money, charging the same 30%, but for some reason, that's just not allowed. Anyway, they decided to focus on that and make Steam look like the devil for 30% when they're 15%. So that was number one. Number two, they decided to not be successful when CEO Tim Sweeney Boy, the guy who right now is telling you that he's spending more money than he's making, decided to not only demonize Steam, but then also decided to say, we're not going to compete with Steam. We're not going to we're going to demand that you utilize our launcher because we're going to give you free games by whoring themselves out to developers, right? We're going to give you free games, but then we're not actually going to give you any reason to want to spend money on our store. We're not going to give you a review system that actually means anything. We're not going to give you any social features. We're not going to give you any customization features. We're not going to give you any fun features. No forums, no community, like none of that stuff. We're going to give you nothing. And then we're going to say, well, we're charging developers 15% less, so that should be enough reason why you should want to come spend money with us. It's like, you guys chose not to succeed. You guys are the reason why you are where you are. Like literally all the time. You couldn't even gift a video game. Brother, you couldn't even gift a fucking video game in 2026 up until recently, where they finally added that feature earlier this year or towards the end of last year. I don't remember exactly what it was, but you motherfuckers didn't even allow gifted games for 8 years. 8 years on your platform. Your platform's been around for 8 years, and you just now allowed gifted games. So you chose not to compete with Steam in any capacity whatsoever that was actually meaningful for the people who were utilizing your platform. And this is why I laugh, bro. I laugh at the idea that people think that PlayStation is going to launch their own store on PC. I want that to happen. I'm telling you right now, please let it happen, bro. Please let it happen so that we can see history repeat itself from more fucking morons who don't understand why Steam is successful. They just think that they can launch a fucking a store on PC and offer nothing else or the bare minimum, and that is somehow gonna steal people away from the biggest fucking store on the PC platform. I want this to happen. You guys need to let it happen again. Please let it happen again. It's amazing to see this go down. And then what makes this even worse is now Tim Sweeney is spending so much money trying to revamp the store. Right now, they're trying to revamp the store to try to be more like Steam. It's too late, brother. It's too late, bro. It is what it is. You guys have been around for 8 years, and you didn't want to do anything. You wanted to do the bare minimum, and you wanted to ride Fortnite into the sun because you guys are making billions of dollars a year on Fortnite. But now you don't have that option. You don't have that capability anymore. The money dries up eventually. All these collaborations on Fortnite, that shit costs money. You think putting Eminem in Fortnite was fucking cheap? Hell no, it wasn't fucking cheap. That shit costs a lot of money. And dumbass Tim Sweeney rather do a collaboration with fucking big booty Nicki Minaj versus making his store a place where people actually want to spend money. Flat out. And this is something that I've been saying for the longest time. So when people come to me and they're like, well, what do you care? It's just, you're just buying games. No, you're not just buying games. This is the fundamental misunderstanding that a lot of people that are either anti-Steam or whatever have in their mind, where they're like, well, you're just buying games. Who cares? I don't care why I buy the game. I just want to buy the game. Yeah, you say that. But the thing is, there's a lot of people out there that don't just want to buy the game. Do you guys not understand how amazing it is that I could buy a game on Steam and I could go to the community hub for that video game and I could find a forum talking about the game. I could find different people asking questions about the game. I could go to a guide section. You got user-generated guides with videos, images, achievement guides. All that's for free. All that's for free. Like any fucking video game, unless it's brand spanking new, any video game, you can go into it and find all that information. You can see screenshots being shared for the game to see what the game looks like. You can see videos being shared for the game to see what the game plays like. Bro, the amount of information that is available to you as a consumer on Steam is ridiculous. You even have the badge system for crack addicts. They want to get involved in something that's meant to just take your money, right? And level up your Steam profile. If you level up your Steam profile, every level gives you 5 more friends to add to your list, right? Like all this shit is major crack. But at the end of the day, what it's doing is building a community. When you're buying on Epic Games, you're just buying a game. When you're buying on Steam, you're buying into the community. And as gay as that is to say, and as cringe as it is to say, it doesn't make it any less true. And that goes for any video game on the platform. There is tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of video games on Steam, and every single one of them have their own little community attached to whatever that video game is. You know? So it's like, what the fuck are we doing, boys? Like, why are we still in 2026 where people don't understand that difference? You got chat rooms on Steam. You got different groups on Steam that you can join. You got curator lists you can join. All of this is literally free. And that's not even including the best part. What is Steam notorious for? Steam sales, right? Steam usually has the cheapest prices everywhere across the board, right? So right now there's a Steam sale going on where people are, I'm not even including the workshop in that. The workshop where you could do, bro, the amount of stuff you could do with Steam is fucking crazy, okay? And that is what is important for a lot of people. So I get it. I get it. I totally get it. I get it when people say that they just want a place to buy the game and they don't care where it is as long as it's the cheapest. That's fine. That's fine. There are some people that are like that. But a lot of the people that are joining Steam are realizing that it's not just about that. You know, people lose their minds when they realize you could just click a button and get a bunch of guides and get a bunch of like achievement lists and all that stuff. Like, it's crazy, man. It's fucking insane. So even, and I got to be real with you, even if Steam had a video game that let's say was like $5 more, $10 more versus their competitors, I'll be real with you, I'm going to buy the game on Steam. The reason why is because, number one, after a certain point, when you are part of a platform for so long, your entire library's there. I got video games from 20 fucking years ago on my library, right? After a certain point, that starts to have value. Not only that, I'd rather pay the $5-10 extra bucks to have it on Steam because I know that when I play that game, I'm going to have unlimited resources built into the actual platform that I can utilize that are community generated from people that actually played the game to help me do certain things that I may want to do, like achievement farming or whatever the case may be. Like I would have that. Or if I fucking Tiger King, do you have Zelda in your Steam library? Fuck you, man. All right, you're not ruining this for me. But no, seriously, like I think it's very important. I think it's very important. So, but at the end of the day, I do want competition, which is why I was so critical of Epic Games. I'm not critical of Epic Games because they are, how do I put it? Because they are, whatever, like, ideologically opposed for me or whatever the case. I don't care about that. I am heavily critical of Epic Games because I saw the opportunity for a company that had all the money in the world to actually compete with Steam, to really buckle down and do things that this company should have been doing from the start. Epic Games was the one company that could have competed with Steam on a real competitive level. And instead they said, nope, fuck that. We're just gonna be lazy about it. My ego won't allow it to happen, right? Tim Sweetie, he's like, yeah, nah, we don't have to do what Steam's doing in order to be successful. Bro, this guy had the audacity. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I remember this. He had the audacity to say that Steam was not going to be around in 10 years and that Epic Games was still going to be around. Epic Games Store was still going to be around and Steam was not going to be around for 10 years, brother. Bro, like, seriously, this is what... Really? Remember when he said that? Yeah, he's absolutely fucking delusional. I was like, you really? Bro. So this is why I partially believe that Tim Sweetie's funding these lawsuits all against Steam because they're all happening at the same time, but that's a whole nother thing for a whole nother day. Anyway, yeah, I'm betting on the opposite too. Yeah, 100%. I'm betting on the opposite. So anyway, they laid off 1,000 employees and now apparently they're saying that they're spending more than they're making. You're spending more than you're making because you guys thought that if you gave it all away, that was somehow going to attract people to your business. And that's not how business works. Customers are always going to take advantage of you. You have to make them see the value in whatever you are trying to sell them, whatever you're trying to give them. People will pay money if they feel like they can get something valuable out of it. The more value perception they have of whatever you're trying to sell them, the more money they are going to give you. This is just fucking business 101. This is how it works, right? So you guys from day one said that there is no value on your platform. You guys said, don't worry about buying games on our platform because we're just going to give them for free every week anyway. When you started giving away AAA games every now and then for your platform, bro, by the time somebody finished that game, you're giving away another game. Why the fuck would I spend money on your platform? So your value went right to the fucking gutter for that reason. And then you have the other reason, which is you don't even want to provide a store that's even worth investing money into in the first place. So your value proposition was at nearly zero. And for the last 8 years, you've been fighting against that zero value proposition while Steam just shut the fuck up and continue to do the same exact thing they've done every single year. And their value proposition has just continued to go up over and over and over. It's actually pretty hilarious. And then on top of that, you then decided to say, okay, well, whoring ourselves is not making this work. Cutting the developers, cut is not making this work. How are we going to fight Steam? Oh, I know. We're going to bring console exclusivity to the PC platform because that's always worked in the past, you fucking retards. You're an idiot. Tim Sweeney, God bless your soul. You are very wealthy. Continue to keep buying land and everything that you're doing and donating it or whatever. But you're fucking retarded, bro. You're retarded. Steam got under your skin so much that your intelligence just left the room. Why would that oh my God. Why would you do exclusivity on the PC platform? You're a fucking idiot. PC players will not do exclusivity. We've proven that every single time you've tried to do this, which is why I'm so pissed at the developers behind Lords of the Fallen, because everybody's like, oh, I'm so hyped for Lords of the Fallen. Brusky, the moment I realized that it's an Epic Games exclusive, I was out. And there's a lot of people like me that are out. And it doesn't matter how many people like Atreus who are going to say, well, shit, I'm buying that no matter what. I'm going to buy that anyway. Shit. I don't give a fuck what I buy. I'm going to buy it anyway. That doesn't matter. Because Atreus is like the one out of the 1,000 plus people that are not going to do it. It's crazy, bro. Like, you guys are retarded for doing that. Retarded for doing that. And then you tried to gaslight people like, oh, well, according to Epic Games, people will buy the game if it's only available on Epic Games. And they have numbers to prove it. Where's the numbers, broski? Where's the numbers? Because there's no video game that proves that to be a fact. Even Alan Wake took 1.5 years in order for it to get anywhere close to breaking even. And they're barely making any money back. And it's definitely not enough to carry a studio. And it's 100% not enough to save them. Which is why they had to cancel FBC Firebreak recently. Because they're not making the money that they could have made if they would have released Alan Wake 2 on Steam. Regardless of whatever people thought about Alan Wake 2, whether it's woke, whatever, it doesn't matter. There's no doubt about it that people would have bought it more on Steam by like a 10-to-1 ratio than they would have on Epic Games. Plain and simple. But you wanted to do the exclusivity thing, so, I mean, there goes that. So, anyway, it's unfortunate that these 1,000 employees had to now lose their job because the CEO behind their company decided to do stupid fucking business decisions throughout the 8 years that this company has been trying to run their own store. And now these people had to be laid off because apparently they're spending more money than they're making. Maybe you guys should stop doing such ridiculous collaborations with Fortnite. But let's be real. You can't do that, right? Because, well, how are you going to make the V-Bucks? This is also why they're charging more for V-Bucks. And I got to be real with you. If they're really bleeding money as much as they say they are, I'm going to make the prediction that this is not going to be the only V-Buck price raise that we're going to see. We're going to see V-Bucks go up in price again, probably by the end of this year or the beginning of next year. Because it's not going to be enough. They're going to try to milk Fortnite cash cows for as much as they possibly can, for as long as they possibly can, to subsidize whatever retarded things that they're trying to do with the store. Because it costs them over $1 billion just to give away games every year. It's a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of money. Not to mention all the royalties they have to probably pay out to all these people they did collaborations with, depending on the contract and stuff. It's just crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. So anyway, Epic Games, you guys got felted by Steam. Steam did literally nothing. This is just another example of Tim Sweeney. And, you know, he's gonna cope about it. He's going to be very upset. He's going to talk about how Gabe is terrible for taking 30%, how it's archaic that they take 30%. Meanwhile, everybody else takes 30%. PlayStation, 30%. Xbox, 30%. Steam, 30%. Epic Games, 15%. That's your own fucking fault. Maybe you should have took 30%. Maybe you should have took 30%. You know, this is the socialist mindset, right? Where they're like, hey, if we just give away everything, then no problems will be had, right? Just give it away. Just give it away to everybody. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. People will support us with that. Yeah, that's not going to happen, bro. That's not going to happen. Sorry. You gave that 15% away, and now you're realizing just how important that 15% actually is. It's unbelievable, man. Tim Sweeney, you're fucking stupid, bro. I don't know how you're a billionaire. God bless your soul, man. I can respect that. I can respect that you're a billionaire and you're retarded at the same time. That definitely takes some skill. That takes a lot. That takes a lot of skill. So anyway, we are currently 134 away from tier 2. TJAP, thank you. I appreciate that. Let me catch up on some supers. We got Leon for a 10. Hypno on tinfoil haters for a Tim Sweetie conspiracy theory episode. When? I would do it. I would absolutely do it. Bro, I would just fucking felt Tim Sweetie for like 2 hours long, bro. Non-stop. Adair, thank you for the 10, bro. We got Adair Zolta with a 5. Didn't he also celebrate Steam is getting a bunch of lawsuit? I don't know. He did. Oh, sweet Timmy, sweetie, he needs to be replaced. Step down. Yeah, he did. He did celebrate it. He continues to celebrate it to this day. And then he gets mad when people celebrate his feltoning, right? Zalosi with a 5. One of the few times I was glad a game was Epic exclusive. Borderlands 3, bullet dodged. Yeah, well, you didn't dodge it for that long because it eventually came on Steam anyway. But yeah, that's true. Yeah, they don't really do the exclusivity too much anymore, but they're doing it with Lords of the Fallen, which is very, very, very annoying. So that's that. All right, boys. Let me see something really quick. Let me see something really quick. I don't think I'm going to do a gaming stream tonight. I think I'm going to take a break because I am fucking white girl wasted. Just overall energy is like fucking destroyed. But we are going to do the waifu battle. So let's have some fun. Let's close out the stream, do the waifu battle. Those of you that are not going to join into the waifu battle, I appreciate you. I appreciate the support on the stream today. Thank you guys so much. Hope all of you had fun. I will see you guys on the next stream. Do not miss the next stream. You thought I didn't drink? I don't drink. When I'm saying what I said, I'm like white girl wasted, meaning I'm fucking wasted, but from an energy level. That's why I said energy level. Man, do people not like listen? Or like, what's the deal here? That's the fucking anyway. Thank you again. I appreciate you guys. Let's do the waifu battles, have some fun, and let's close out the stream. I got a good waifu today. I got a good one, boys. I got a good one, boys. Ron says, wait, what about Epic? Brother, what do you mean? What do you mean? I just did like a 25-minute segment on Epic Games. Are you fucking with me? Are you fucking with me? Nah, you're fucking with me, bro. You're fucking with me. You're absolutely fucking with me. Waifu battle time, boys. Yeah, he's 100%. He's 100% fucking with me, bro. 100%. Guys, it's time for the waifu battle. If you guys missed the last waifu battle, we had a little bit of an upset. It was honestly kind of shocking to see it go down the way that it went down. But the waifu battle champion is still Beatrix from Final Fantasy IX, boys. Yes, sir. Final Fantasy IX. Let's fucking go. Now, with all that being said, let's go over the rules of engagement before we bring out the challenger that's going to go up against Beatrix. Rule number 1. All super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way that it's going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You got to put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, and it will not count. It doesn't matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact and you put the name of the waifu you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2. You can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You could vote for the champion, who is Beatrix, or you could vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen is going to be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? We don't understand the rules. I'm looking at you guys right now. I know for a damn sure we don't understand the rules. All right, boys, listen, we got to have a banger waifu battle. And in order to have a banger waifu battle, that means we got to bring out a banger waifu. That's just how it goes. That's the rules. That's the rules. Ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing out a waifu that everybody loves. Because at the end of the day, she represents us all. That's right, boys. The challenger is going to go up against the one and only Beatrix, is the one and only Common America. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the battle and see who is going to win. Is it going to be Beatrix or is it going to be Common America? I spelled it wrong for a second. Common America, ladies and gentlemen. Names are on the bottom. Names are on the bottom. Let's figure it out, boys. Let's figure it out. Common America's back, ladies and gentlemen. Common fuck? What? Sonia's voting for Beatrix. That's interesting. That's interesting. I thought she would go for Common America. Don't complain about the costume, Tiger King. I had to fully clothe her, okay? There isn't that many pictures with her fully clothed. Because my Beatrix picture is her fully clothed, okay? So I had to make it fair. Common America from Biotee Wolf with the 10 says USA. USA. Shout out, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Biotee Wolf. You fucking legend, starting us off strong. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Mommy, I need my bottle. What the fuck? Torinol with a 5 saying common amen or amen. Thank you, Torinol, with the 5 over on Rumble. Thank you so much, man. What an absolute legend. Absolute legend. Definitely Beatrix. Really? I don't believe you. See, I told you Beatrix was Sonia's dream waifu. I don't believe her. I don't know why. I'm not believing her. I feel like she's lying. Oh my God. Midnight Mike just dropped a $20 banger over on Rumble. Common America. Number 15 lost this time. Thank you, Midnight Mike. I appreciate that. That's pretty strong. Blue Octopussy says waifu battle is going to be hard when you get TTS here. I mean, it'll be good for me because then I don't got to read it. And we could get everybody's super chats announced. Ron DFK with a 2. Common and the Bluebees. Yes, I was messing with you. Yeah, I figured. You bastard. I appreciate that though. Thank you, man. I appreciate the troll. Oh my God, this is a wipeout, bro. Like, is anybody gonna help Sonia? Where's Dr. Spike? Anybody gonna help Sonia here? We got Beatrix at a 0. Angmar with a 20 says Common America, let's fucking go. Brother, Beatrix is at a 0. What's happening, man? What's happening right now? Robin 10 with a 5 says Common America for the win. No more cope. Bro, what is happening? This ain't good. Sonia's getting felted. Bro, come on, we can't let that happen. We can't let that happen. He's outsourcing super chats to AIs now. You bet your ass I am. Because I can't mimic other voices that make it funny. It's more entertaining for you guys. Don't worry, you're still going to hear my voice every day. Unless I die. And then that's something else. It looks like Beatrix is going to get banned. Yeah, it seems like it. All right, boys. Common America's coming off the screen. Now it's time to bring out the one and only Beatrix, ladies and gentlemen. A picture directly from Sonia. Let's start the clock and let's see who's going to win. Is it going to be Beatrix or is it going to be Common America? Secret Final Boss coming in to save the day. Stopping Beatrix from being banned at the very least with a $10 banger. Thank you, Secret Final Boss. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh my God, brother. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's fucking insane. Hickory Excalibur with a $99.99 for Common America. Also petition to have Sonya in the waifu battle rotation due to becoming an anime girl soon. A good suggestion, though. You got to let me know what clip you want after the waifu battle. $100 is insane. Thank you for that. You are definitely feltoning Beatrix now at this point. I don't know who's going to save her. It's getting me a little bit worried. Angmar with a $4.99 consolation dono for Beatrix. Too bad it doesn't count because the name is not first. Got to put the name first, man. Come on. Look at old man Cat Grifton. Icon has Asians. Oh my God. Do not give him Asians. Do not give him Asians. Do not give him Asians. Old man Cat always just sniping everybody's red boys. It's crazy. Kurakami says, wait, we have rules? Yeah, we do try. We do try. And we managed to hit tier 2, by the way, because of that $100 dono from Hickory Excalibur. That means we hit it for the 287th stream in a row. Thank you guys so much for the support. Angmar with a $4.99. Beatrix, they're fixed. Okay, I appreciate that. That means both of those donos count now. So you got 5 and you got another 5. Not bad. Not bad, man. Not bad. Thank you, Angmar. Thank you, Angmar. I appreciate that. Some of those Asians are hot. I mean, they definitely are. They definitely are. Boys, it ain't looking good for Beatrix. Unless she gets some magic mega chair shot at the very end, I think it's over. I think it's over, man. It ain't looking good. Don't be sad, Vlad. Don't be sad, Vlad. Don't be sad. It's crazy, man. Poor Beatrix. Chair shot not detected? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. This waifu fight is weak. Well, I mean, yeah, because she's getting felted, right? Oh, my God. Whoa. Whoa. That's crazy. Sonya just threw it. Oh, man. Sonya just threw in $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger herself. And she said, Beatrix, fuck it. Also, Latinas, bro. And then she said, Ya tu sabe. She's such a Hispanic. Oh, my God. Damn. And then Hickory Excalibur for $4.99 for Common America. That's insane, bro. Sonya's throwing down. Boys, countdown. 5, 4, 3. Who's going to help Sonya, man? 2, 1, go. Waiting for lag, waiting for lag, waiting for lag, waiting, and that is
The
it.
waifu battle belt is mine!
Holy shit.
Guys, what the fuck? Yo, Sonya's fighting today. Sonya is fighting today, man. Can I get some wepa emojis in the chat, man? Holy shit. Damn, she really must love Beatrix, man. Sonya dropped a 40. Sonya dropped a 40 at the very end. Shout out to Sonya for Beatrix. Thank you so much. Angmar with a 5 says Common America. Thank you. I appreciate that, Angmar. Robin 10 for a 10 says Common America because fuck that. Thank you, Robin 10. I appreciate that. And then over on Rumble, we had Deadeye's Lock with $1 says Common America. Where was this for your other favorite, Sonya? And then Midnight Mike dropped a $50 mega banger for Common America on Rumble. Damn. You guys really wanted Common America to be the winner, huh? Holy shit. Sonya fought hard, man. She went down with the claws and everything. She went down with the claws and everything. Hickory Excalibur, tell me what you want for a clip, my guy. Let's get it going. Here we go. Latinas for Sonya.
Okay, everyone, we got another Red Boy hyper banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Shout out to Sonya and Hickory Excalibur dropping those Red Boy hyper bangers. I appreciate that. That was a crazy waifu battle, man. I wasn't expecting all that to go down. But regardless, let's feed the ducks until the numbers come in. Let's feed the ducks. Let's go. Feed the ducks, boys. Feed the ducks. God bless Sonya's heart, man. She tried. She tried, man. She tried. She did a good job. And then Hickory told me for $189, let me get the Warhammer girls. Well, you did, because I saw that. I saw that. Midnight Mike says, I almost dropped the Red Boy over on Rumble. Why didn't you? I'm just kidding. It's okay. It's over. It's over. Unless you want to. No, I'm just kidding. Unless you want. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, I can't wait to introduce the TTS, man. Those of you that played around with it on Griffcast, that shit was hilarious. Some of the combinations you guys thought up was ridiculous, man. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I can't wait to introduce it here. All right, the numbers are in. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Turn off the music. We got Common America at 232.96 against Beatrix at 159.98, which means the winner and the new waifu battle champion is none other than the one and the only Common America, ladies and gentlemen. Damn. New champion, boys. Let's do it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Let's go. The coping and seething. Let it commence.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it for the waifu battle, ladies and gentlemen. Common America is going to go backstage. She will face off against another waifu tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Do not miss it, boys. Do not miss it. All right, guys, listen, man. Like I said, I'm going to take a break tonight from doing a gaming stream, most likely. If I do randomly decide to go live, well, then you'll find out, I guess, when it happens. But expect me not to go live. I'm going to take a break tonight. Thank you guys so much for the insane support today. I appreciate it. And of course, shout out to everybody who liked the stream, commented, spammed the chat, super chatted, gifted memberships, everything. Gifted games. Shout out again to Mr. Rouge for the games. I appreciate it. And of course, shout out to the Hypno Mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you guys as well. And I'll see every single one of you on the next one. Until then, you guys already know, man. Go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
Not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you get. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck it, yeah, don't put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck it, yeah, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in it, we eat, and make her fucking gay.
Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! 'Cause it's all we fucking know! 'Cause we're boring! We're so fucking Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right! At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I
I bring life